Squad, welcome back to my channel, KrissyBVlogs. I've talked about changing my channel name before. I honestly still can't decide if I should or not. But to get right into the point, today is weigh-in day. I did not do a weigh-in last week, and I'll get into that in this video. I don't even know what today is. We just had 4th of July, so it's the 7th of July. I think this is like my 16th weigh-in because I've been trying to weigh in every single week for you guys and to check in with you guys every single week to see how things are going. Last week I had some stressful stuff happen and I didn't binge, which was good, but I did overeat throughout the week and I ended up gaining some weight. I think on my last weigh-in I was 310.5 or 310.4, somewhere around there. So I was basically up a pound. And then when I weighed the next Monday, I was up even more. So the Monday after that weigh-in, I think I was 311.2, somewhere around there. And so I had gone up even a little bit more. I did go ahead and get back on track that week, and I didn't like clear everything out of my diet or anything, but I just ate, my portion sizes and just not as much junk. It was a little bit difficult for me because this last couple of weeks has been pretty rough, but I was able to stick to it and stay successful. So I am back on track. And I will go ahead and let you guys see my weigh-in. I'll go ahead and post that here so that you guys can see where I am at on my journey. So as you guys can see, I'm back down into the 309s, I guess is what you would call it. Over the last couple of weeks, I was able to take off the weight that I had gained back. I'm still going strong. I feel pretty good. The reason why I did not post last Sunday is because you guys know everything that happened with my mom. Well, kind of, that she ended up getting in trouble. We don't really know what's going to happen as far as like sentencing and those kinds of things. My mom's pretty old. If she goes to prison for her crime, she probably won't make it out of prison, which is really, really rough. So this week has been pretty difficult. The other thing that happened to me is I've had like just weird medical issues. I think I've talked about them before, and like they don't really make any sense. Everything seems like it's just not interconnected, and like all these random things popped up, but like I've never had medical issues until I had the freaking messed up epidural that I had. So what ended up happening last week, I think it was not like this last Friday, so not a couple days ago, but the Friday before that where I didn't film. I ended up having I almost fainted, almost passed out. And for a while now, I've been having like really low blood pressure. I always run on the low end of like normal, I guess. So before the baby, I would run like, I don't know, 105 or 110 over like 70 or 75. And then for some reason, the last few months, it's been much lower than that. I've been running like low 90s, low 60s, so like 93 over 62. Sometimes it would be 90 over 60 exactly. I went for a doctor's appointment the other day, and the lady, the technician I was working with, basically was like, if you were any lower, if your blood pressure was any lower, I'd be calling emergency response because you're really low. And she's like, are you sure you're not feeling lightheaded or dizzy? And I was like, okay. But the last Friday, I don't know what happened. I was sitting on the couch, and then like I didn't like fully stand up, but I kind of stood up and then knelt over the other side of my couch. I have like a big sectional, and I was playing with my son, and that's why I like leaned down and knelt over the side of the couch. And then all of a sudden, I got like super dizzy, and my whole body started tingling, and then my whole body felt numb, and I got super, super nauseous, and my blood pressure was going crazy, and I had no idea what was going on. So I ended up going into the hospital to figure out what was going on, why I almost passed out, why I was sick. I was having abdominal pain. I went in. My ER sucks. Like, I've never, and maybe it's because I'm spoiled. Maybe I've just had really good ERs. But this ER is the worst. And I came into the ER on the ambulance because for a few hours, like I was very dizzy, and I could still walk, but I was like kind of off balance, very nauseous. They told me not to drive, and I didn't have another way to get to the hospital. So I went in by ambulance, and when I was in the ambulance, my blood pressure read like 156 over 125, like crazy, crazy high. And then my blood pressure was running like relatively low, like 90s over 60s again. So it's like all over the place. And then my heart rate was all over the place. I don't know what's going on. So they took me in the ambulance, and then I went, the paramedic talked to one of the nurses or the doctors there, and then they sent me to the freaking lobby. Like, I didn't know you could come in on an ambulance and then go sit in the lobby. Like, I had no idea that that was a thing, especially with the way my blood pressure was and my heart rate, and I was nauseous and had abdominal pain and like blurry vision and a migraine from hell. Like, they just sent me to sit in the lobby. So I sat in the lobby for, I think it was 4 hours. And I didn't go at night either. Like, this was the middle of the day, okay? And then they finally took me back. They ran my blood work. They tested my urine, and everything looked fine. Like, they couldn't figure out what was going on. And then they did a not super thorough, but kind of like a sit to stand test to see if I have orthostatic hypotension, I think is what it's called, which is basically like if you stand up, your blood pressure drops. And my blood pressure did drop a little bit, but it wasn't super significant. And then they had me get a chest x-ray, and my heart and my lungs looked good. So they basically filled me up with fluid. They put an IV in, and they filled me up with fluid. They gave me some anti-nausea meds. Well, they gave me that in the ambulance. And then sent me on my way after 8 hours and basically said, we don't know what happened. Contact your doctor and follow up. So that's kind of where we're at with that. I'm drinking tons and tons and tons of water every day. I've increased my salt intake just to kind of keep my blood pressure up, and it has been better. I can usually get it to stay in the hundreds, and the lower number, the diastolic, is usually in the 70s now, so I guess that's good. But I'm having to drink, like, for me, a massive amount of water. Like, I don't love water. I know this is terrible, but there have been times in my life where I go weeks without a glass of water. I will get, liquid from food or from other types of drinks, but I would go lots of time without drinking water. So now I'm drinking on average like 80 to 90 ounces of water a day, and increase my salt just to kind of keep that blood pressure up. Now, the lower number, the diastolic, has been fine. Like, it's been stable. The systolic, though, has kind of been weird. Like, it won't stay up unless I'm drinking water, unless I'm taking in more salt. So, like, there's still been times where my diastolic will be 77, but then my systolic is only 97. So I don't know what's going on with my blood pressure. Maybe it's just part of like my health journey and I need to get more fit. I've increased my exercise a lot. I heard that can help regulate things. So I don't know. The other thing I was wondering is maybe it's my birth control implant. I know that progesterone can cause low blood pressure, and that's why some women get low blood pressure in the beginning of pregnancy. And that's what my birth control is. It's like a synthetic version of progesterone. And from my research, there hasn't been anybody that like has said, oh, this causes low blood pressure, but you wouldn't really notice it unless you already have lower blood pressure, if that makes sense. Because if you have like normal blood pressure, like 120/80, and then your blood pressure goes down to like 110 or 115/70, like you're probably not going to notice that. But if you're running low like I run low, and then you're running 90s/60s, like that can affect things. So I don't know. I'm going to talk to my doctor about it, kind of see where that's at. So between everything that happened with my mom, my trip to the ER, not really getting any answers, and then also I had an assignment due, a pretty big assignment due because I'm in my master's program. For my mental health, I needed a break. I needed to get back on track with life, and with the free time I had, I really needed to spend that time like engaging in self-care and spending time with my family. So that's why I did not record a weigh-in video for last week. I do plan on getting a few videos out this week, chatting with you guys about some stuff that's going on. Probably going to be doing some meal prep videos. I think I would like to do like some shopping videos or shopping haul videos about like groceries, things like that. Let me guys know if you're interested. Yeah. So I think that's it. I hope you guys have had a wonderful 4th of July if you celebrated. If not, I just hope that the last couple of weeks have been really good for you and that you guys are seeing success and that life is treating you well, because sometimes life doesn't treat us well. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe and click the notification bell. Always leave comments below and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And I'll talk to you guys later.